Who's firing first today?
Rick, I remember, I think it was early in training camp, might have even been the preseason, where you talked about you wanted to stay on the team in some circumstances as coaches from what you had learned about the team last year. And I remember you also saying last year maybe they weren't always a comfortable fit being hunted on rather than being the hunter. Do you see this team being more comfortable in that situation with how you've been able to play the last, say, week and a half, 2 weeks against some pretty top-flight competition?
Yeah, I think they're more comfortable with the demands we place on them day to day, that we're not backing off and we're just going to keep pushing forward here until we win the Stanley Cup. So, we are playing well. Just as important is they recognize early in games, okay, we got to get going here. So if you go to the San Jose game, we did not have that start we wanted. We deserved to be down 1-0. But we responded after that, and we certainly created enough chances to win that game. If you look at the LA game, we were playing fine, and okay, they're 2-0. They got a goal that could have been disallowed on the power play from the offensive interference, and the other one, there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. The guy shoots it from the goal line, hits him in the head. Like, you can't let that stuff bother you. That's hockey. So we knew we were playing well. We didn't have to make any changes to the way we were playing in LA. We did have to make some changes to the way we were playing in San Jose, and then to answer your question, the players are recognizing that a lot earlier now.
So in terms of changes then, but it wasn't that long ago, you're down 2-0 in the National Hockey League and it's almost impossible to come back. But the last couple of years, and this season in particular with your hockey club, why has the style of game changed that much, or is it just on you?
The game is just keep getting faster and faster, and the younger, and then the skill level of the players, and the coaching around the league is it's the best it's ever been, and I don't think anyone in today's NHL feels they're out of a game. There's enough skill in every team, and there's enough offense in every team that they know they can get a couple of goals. And when you're down 2-0, you don't worry about getting that third goal. You worry about getting it tied back up 2-2 and then go from there. You're not sitting there back, so we got to go 3. We got to get 2. Then we'll worry about the third goal. So, but again, the skill level and the speed level of every team in this league is the best I've ever seen it. You look at that San Jose team, like, they're fast. They have a lot of skill. So I don't know what happened at the start of the year, and it doesn't really matter. All that matters when you're playing them, how well they're playing. And they had 3-1-1. They were scoring over 5 goals a game in that stretch. They're much better than their record. And you can't get fooled by records. You just go, how are they playing right now? That's all that matters. And there's nobody in this league that I think is intimidated by being down a goal or 2 anymore.
Yeah, I mean, this team maybe used to get intimidated by that, and instead of getting the 2-1 goal, they get 3-0. They allow the 3-0 goal. But what have you seen that's been different in how your team approaches a deficit in a game?
I think there's more confidence in how we want to play, more confidence in our team structure, and more confidence in our process. Like, those things don't happen overnight. They take whiles. That's why teams that have been together 5 or 6 years, now they're challenged for Stanley Cups. Right? It takes that long. So this is just a continued maturation. The team is going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I mean, do you see the confidence that they have in the system that they're playing? Like, there seems to be a lot of positive kind of reinforcement into what they're doing that's allowed them to stay in games, but not maybe blow it open, as Adam and Josh both said. Like, you're not trying to sacrifice something to get offense. It's just sticking with it until something happens.
Well, exactly. Look at our first 2 goals in LA. Good defensive plays, took care of our zone. They made a mistake. They passed it. Thus, we're capable of scoring on the rush. The second goal, we went back. All 5 guys touched that puck. D to D to swing to center, and that's 5 guys on the same page. The third goal, okay, well, you got to get some greasy goals. Mark's hanging around the net looking for those pucks. So this team knows we can score in different ways.
Rick, what are some of the fundamental qualities you see emerging in your club that have allowed it to handle adversity as well as it has this season? And I'm talking about how they rallied behind Judy and you earlier in the season and still performed, put up a very good record with Gabriel out of the lineup, and now seem prepared to do the same with Kyle out.
Well, again, every team's going to face adversity in our league, right? When you come to the rink, what's going to happen today? So you got to have that attitude, but you can't be. One thing we always say, and you see it in our room, man, it's solutions. It's not excuses. So no matter what happens, we deal with it, and we deal with it head on. So that's a big part of our mantra here is we find solutions. And we're not looking for excuses or a way out. Even against LA, we talked Wednesday morning. Okay, third game in 4 nights, back to back. They're sitting here waiting for us. No excuses. There's no excuses. We got to go and play our game, and we did.
Would you describe what the identity is of your club, what you want to see as the identity, and how far along you are in that process?
Yeah, well, we've said all along, it's a pressure team. Get on them. Don't give them any room. Take away all the time and space, and get a lot of offense, some good team defense. And that just doesn't mean your defensive zone. It means all over the ice. And we're at our best when we have 4 lines, all looking the same without the puck, all pressuring the same. It's easier for our defense to make reads, how we defend rush, how we defend zone, how we defend 3-eye. Everyone has to be on the same page in those scenarios, and I think we're very comfortable dealing with all those issues right now. And you play 82 games, it's not going to be a Picasso every shift or every period. And well, it's about recognizing, okay, we got to make some adjustments here, and we do, and they're more comfortable with that now.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about Connor Hellebuyck, seeing him on the everyday basis rather than before when you were going against him as an opposing coach?
Listen, I've been fortunate to be around some great goalies in this league, Luongo, right, Vasi, and they all have the same thing. They have tremendous work ethic in practice and preparation. They are ready to go. They don't get rattled. They're all very, very confident people. They're all very confident in their skills, and just as important as any of that, they want to be in the net, no matter what. They want the ball. So Louis was the same, Vasi was the same, Helly's the same. They work their butt off. They're well prepared every day, and again, give up a bad goal or two doesn't rattle them, and get ready for the next one. And but they want the ball. They want to be in the net, and I love that about them all.
As a coach, what level of security does that provide when you know that's a position you don't have to worry about?
Well, listen, there's not a team in this league that's not going to win without great goaltending. Every team that goes on a streak, they're getting great goaltending. Yeah. It's the biggest part of the game. There's not a Stanley Cup champion team that doesn't get great goaltending. It all starts with that. You have to have great goaltending. The game is not black and white. It'll never be a perfect game. Your pucks are bouncing everywhere. You're giving up scoring chances. The skill level of the other guys. There's so many factors involved that when it all comes down to it, you need elite goaltending in this league to survive.
What does it mean when you see as a coach that 18 games in a row with 3 or fewer, and many of those with 2 or fewer, in terms of selling structure and the belief? How big a reinforcement is that?
We don't even worry about that. Honestly, we worry about the last game. We held LA to 6 scoring chances. We didn't like our game in San Jose to start with. We gave up too many to start with. So to us, it's just game to game.
And then we saw them skate earlier this week. What's the latest with Ville, Heinola, and Rasmus Kupari in terms of timelines and what your next moves are?
I don't know. They're a long ways away from playing. That's all I know. When they get close, somebody's going to give me a little note saying they're getting close. I hope.
And do you have a quick thought on Colorado and how they've been playing lately?
Yeah, listen. We played them last week. Man, they're fast, and they got Nikushkin back. They're big, and they can do it. They've got the incredibly mobile defense that are coming. They're an elite team. They're a Stanley Cup champion. So, ton of respect for them. But we know that we can beat them. We know that we just go out and play our game. Don't make a whole lot of changes because there's a lot of on-ice awareness in terms of personnel and score and time and things like that in the clock. Those things all come into factor when you play these guys.